Can I be successful at day trading in a small cash account while hyper scalping? I took 125 days testing this thesis, and here are the results. I'm going to give you an entire statistical breakdown. Can I be successful with hyper scalping with only using 1 to 3 trades per day? Now, generally, a typical hyper scalping strategy, you're taking a lot of shares, you're taking a lot of trades, and you're taking them very quickly. You're cutting your wins quickly, you're cutting your losses quickly. Hopefully, your winners are a little bit longer than your losses, so your profit grows, right? The problem with this is I was not successful, okay? I've lost so far about $1,000, but let's drill down into some of these statistics. My number of winning trades, 125. Number of losing trades, 103. I was accurate about 55% of the time. Now, what does that tell me? That tells me I was able to identify the correct setups. I was able to execute on the correct setups in an above average fashion. Problem being is my average losing trades, $41. Average winning trade, $25. This is not a sustainable strategy. The largest loss, $354. Largest gain, $141. So look at this. The largest loss, $354. Take that off of the $1,000, and that's huge. That is way too big. But I know, based on these statistics and based on the trading, if I take my entire account and I only trade it one time in a specific strategy or setup, and stay tuned to the end of the video, I will show you the exact breakdown of what setups made me the most money and what setups lost me the most money during this hyper scalping strategy. But if I trade a stock and I know I only have one trade, I've put all my eggs in this one basket, I have no redemption trade. I have no shot at chipping down at the red trade at all. So I know I'm letting it ride a little bit too long, a little bit too long, a little bit too long, which is not a true hyper scalp, right? And that's why my average losers are much bigger than my average winning trades, and that is why my largest loss is so much larger than my average winning trade. I need to cut the losses quicker. I need to actually start trading a hyper scalper strategy. I need to ditch the 1 trade, the 2 trades, the 3 trades per day, and I need to be trying to average at least 7 to 10 trades per day. And the statistics that I'm looking at right here with you guys tell me that exact story. I can identify the correct setups and I can execute on them an above average rate. I need to cut them quicker in order to get these losses down. This should be reversed, or the average winning trade should be 41, the average losing trade should be 25, which also means that my accuracy can fall. It has plenty of room to fall if I flip those, if I'm able to cut those quicker. All right, now that you've made it this far throughout the video and the brief, very top line of what this data is telling me, we've already kind of discussed that. Let's talk about which, strategies or setups lost me the most money and gained me the most money. All right, so backside. Again, this is a momentum strategy. So I should be only trading momentum. If a stock is on the backside, it is not in its momentum. I should not be trading backside. And I should not be trading range. Now look at this. Backside, I lost $750 of the entire $1,000 that I've lost. 3/4 of that have come from backside trading. And over half of that have come from range-bound trading, which is not front side, not momentum. It should be obvious, but I should not be trading backside and range setups. Now, and I know I'm posting these videos to YouTube, although I don't even get paid by YouTube yet. Hopefully at some point I will. But nobody really wants to come and see me take 0 trades. So a lot of the times I know I'm creating something out of nothing, but trying to create something out of nothing with these backsides and range-bound trading. But I need to flip that mindset. That is not a profitable mindset. As much as I love everybody here, and I appreciate you being here, drop a like, drop a comment, especially if you're part of the Slater gang. But it's costing me a bunch of money. The VWAP breakout trade, that one rocked me. Look at this. And after we go through what strategies and setups have gave me the most money, I want to flip into the count. I want to see which one of these I'm taking the most trades at. The 1 minute to make a new high, I'm sure that's combined with the backside and range. We'll also show the tag combinations here in a second. Panic flush. Oh, I took a lot of those. But all right, let's see which gained me the most money. Front side, of course, obvious. Momentum is moving upwards. Quick front side. Halt up. Again, if the stock is halting up, it's probably in the front side. Bull flag, yes, sir. Second pullback. This is interesting. This is telling me I'm probably too chicken on the first pullback. So the second pullback, it's almost seems like a little bit of a FOMO. Oh, this is kind of an anomaly. There's only one trade there, so that's kind of an anomaly, so I'll leave that alone. The dip and rip, yes, sir, that comes out of the halt up. Good move. 200 EMA bounce. Turquoise front side, that's a real quick front side. All right, let's go to show some tag combinations. So what did we take out of here? We took, should not be backside trading, should not be range bound trading, should only be focused on front side momentum, which that's the whole strategy. So the fact that I've deviated from that is lunacy, basically. All right, so the worst tag combinations, the worst setup combinations that I've had during this 128.5-ish days. 1 minute to make a new high on a backside. That should be obvious. You know, if it's on a backside, the 1 minute to make a new high is not really going to have a lot of momentum to push that stock any further. So why am I taking that trade? Lost $480 that way. EMA under VWAP. Front side VWAP breakout. This is an anomaly also. One trade, front side. Now that front side is referring to MACD, but the EMA, if the EMA is under VWAP, I don't think I would necessarily consider that entire front side. So we'll take that with a grain of salt. Halt down. Looks like I got caught in a halt down. Yeah, I got caught in a halt down after our panic flush. Looks like one trade. Yep. Opening surge. Okay. I shouldn't be taking an opening surge in a range. This is an opening surge range bound trade. So I went for a VWAP breakout in a range, and it was also within the first minute, and I was going for the whole dollar break also. So there was a lot of different setups happening here. That was a big L. The backside lower band panic flush. I've taken 36 of these trades. This is fascinating to me. I'm interested that it's only $150 L because the last month or so, since probably July, I feel like this strategy has rocked me to the point where the comment section are like, bro, throw this strategy into the trash can. But it's interesting that it's only lost me $150 and I've taken 36 shots at it. So that's fascinating to me. Bear trap range, again, shouldn't be taking range bound trades. Backside, you know, all these combinations are backside and range related. So we already know that now. The front side halt up, yep. Anomaly also, that's only one trade. Front side turquoise, front side VWAP bounce, yes sir. All right, so bounces are playable as long as they're in front side for me, and early front side for me, which is this turquoise front side. 1 minute to make a new high on a second pullback, also anomaly, one trade. 1 minute to make a new high, just normal front side. That's interesting. I'm taking it 9 times. It's earned me $100. Usually I like to wait for a little bit more of a setup, like a bull flag or something. So for me to just take a 1 minute to make a new high on a stock basically going like this, I'm kind of surprised I do that. Front side panic flush, VWAP bounce. Yes, sir. Let's go. $90. I've taken that nine times. So front side, if it flushes down to VWAP, I got to be taking that. Got to be taking that. Lower band panic flush in a range. Green, but I'm not going to get too excited about that. Now let's see which ones I'm trading the most. All right, the backside lower band takes the cake with 36 attempts at this setup. Lost $150, which is not huge, but also not ideal. You know, if I want to take all of the losing trades out of my arsenal, which I probably should, you know, these 36 trades could be focused in a different area. 1 minute to make a new high on the bull flag front side. I've taken that 11 times, 11 setups. That's kind of a shame that that's not better. You know, dollars wise, but that's okay. 1 minute to make a new high on the front side, 9 times. Front side panic flush down to VWAP, 9 times. 1 minute to make a new high on the front side, the high of day break, 8 times. I am aware that I'm kind of afraid of the high of day break. I don't want to get caught in a topping tail. I don't want to get caught in a high wick. So I'm glad that's green because I'm kind of surprised that that's green. A dip and rip from the halt up. Yes, sir. 7 times. About $45 profit. So front side turquoise, front side VWAP bounce. Okay, that's not a panic flush. That's fascinating. 5 trades, $108. So what have we learned here? We've learned that for a hyper scalping strategy, which should be momentum based, I need to stay away from range bound and backside trading. I need to focus on front side trading, and I also need to increase the number of trades I take from 1 to 3, basically to like 7 to 10 plus. And I need to cut the losers fast enough to where the average losing trade should be probably somewhere between $10 and $20, and I want the average winning trade to be anywhere from $20 plus and beyond. I don't really want it to be a 1-to-1, because then my accuracy has to be at least above 50%, which is fine, but since I'll be taking more trades, I want the average winning trade to be, I want to flip the script. I want it at like average winning trade 40, average losing trade 20. That's all for me. Drop a comment, drop a like if you liked diving into some of these metrics. We could obviously drill down into other sections of all of these fun things if we really wanted to. But quite frankly, I don't think it would be very beneficial. This snapshot tells me everything that I need. If I'm overlooking something, drop in the comments. Stay tuned to see how I do as I adjust this strategy going forward, and as I increase the deposits into the day trading account, and as I continue to take a shot at the title. All right, I appreciate y'all. Thank you for being here. Drop a like. Adios. Peace.